everybody, Todd Miller here. I wanted to do an update to the video I made about 2 weeks ago, which was about the Las Vegas real estate market and that some of you think there may be a potential crash here because I'm starting to read the comments that you're putting under the first video. Not only that, I've watched a couple other videos that some other people have done that have predicted a crash in the housing market. So I want to talk about three specific things to show there is no chance of a crash in the Las Vegas housing market. Okay, the first one is the housing market in the US is not like Bitcoin or Tesla or any other thing where it moves up and down at the same time. If you go to New York and you buy a share of Tesla or a piece of Bitcoin, it's the same price across the country. Real estate doesn't work that way. It's a segmented and fragmented market. So if prices go down in San Francisco, that doesn't mean they're going down everywhere. They can go up in areas, they can go down in areas. There were places in the US where prices went up 2008-9 when they were going down everywhere else in the US. That's just a matter of fact. So with that in mind, I'm not saying that the entire US housing market is going to necessarily keep going up, but certainly in Las Vegas, there is no indication that it's going down or that it could go down. Now, second thing is, a lot of you guys are saying, hey, it's the jobs. You got to look at those jobs. We have the highest unemployment in the nation. Okay, you're right. We do have the highest unemployment in the nation. However, those unemployed workers predominantly are the lower end workers. And guess what they're getting? They're getting unemployment payments. Yeah, they're getting paid money. Guess what they're doing with that money? They're paying rent with it. They're paying their mortgage if they have a house. Now, here's the interesting thing. Most of those workers, those bottom end workers, most of them are tenants. They're not actually homeowners. So this thought that if there's unemployment, can't pay their mortgage, they're gonna lose their house. You ready for this? From April to August of 2020, guess how many NODs, notice defaults, there were in all of Clark County? 36. Yeah, there were 36 NODs in the entire county. We used to have that in a day back in 2006, 7, 8, we had more than that in a day, okay? Those workers some of them are not paying rent or behind on rent, but most of those landlords own the house free and clear. Over half of all homes in Las Vegas that are owned by landlords are free and clear. They don't have, so the rent not coming in is not going to cause them to go into default and lose the house in foreclosure, okay? The third thing that's happening that people aren't paying attention to is that we have people coming in from other places, but they don't have a job here, and that's not being reported. When we see job losses, you don't count the fact that thousands of tech workers have showed up in Las Vegas. They work for companies in California. They have a job that they buy a house here. They come here and say, I want to buy a house, $250, $350. That's my price range. They come buy a house. They pay less money here than they ever would in California, but they're employers in California. Right now in Las Vegas, we have 30 days of inventory, meaning if we didn't put a new listing on the house in 30 days, there'd be no houses to sell. Why is that? How could that be possible when you have all these unemployed people and all this other stuff? It's pretty simple, because people are still coming to this market. They're coming to this market and they're buying homes. Now, 2 weeks ago when I did the first video, we had 40 days of inventory. We only have 30 today. Ready for this? In 2006 and 7, do you know how many days of inventory we had? We had over a year's of inventory, meaning we have 1/12 of the available inventory. Now, the first thing that happens in a housing crisis or a housing crash is the number of homes on the market starts increasing. And then what happens is people can't get the value they want and they start dropping prices. It's not happening. That's the number one leading indicator. People saying, well, it's jobs, blah, blah, blah. No, it isn't. That's not a factor. It's not a factor because the things I mentioned, those people are mostly tenants. They're all getting money. And their people are coming in from other places and buying the houses. Here's something I want you to ask yourself and ask any other person you see doing a video saying the market's going to crash, real estate market's going to collapse. Ask them this question. Do you own a home? If they say yes, say, are you selling it right now or did you already sell it? And then wait for their answer. If they go, no, I'm not going to sell it. Well, wait, if the market's going to crash, why aren't you selling it? Like if you think prices are going to fall, why not sell your house now, wait a couple years for prices to tank, and go buy another house and put all that money in your pocket? Yeah? Huh? Why aren't they doing that? Because they don't really believe it. They don't really believe it. because there's nothing indicating home prices in Las Vegas are going to fall. I'm tracking all the leading indicators. Notice defaults, homes on the market, inventory, all these things. None of them show a decline in the market. I would love a decline in the market. Go back out, buy a bunch of houses. My investors, we work with investors, they would love a drop in the market because every year they come back to buy that next house, it's more than the last house. They would love it. We would all love a drop in the market to go out and buy some more inventory, but it's not happening. So I just want to make that update for the last video that I did. Thank you for watching.